Hello and welcome back to another one of Paul's beer reviews. Hope you're all doing well today. I have got a supermarket beer to review for you. I've been supermarket shopping. I went into ASDA recently, went down their beer aisle and they had a load of new beers in there that I hadn't seen before. And to my surprise, I found a red IPA. Now, I really enjoy red IPAs. I like most red beers, to be honest with you. Red ales, red lagers, you know, anything that's kind of got that sort of fruity, ready malt that's kind of been added to it. This is a beer from Siren, and it's called Glowing Embers. It's a red IPA coming in at 4.7%. There's a look at the can wrap. I quite like that. Nice can wrap, good use of colour. £3 a can this was in ASDA. Pleasantly surprised to find this one in there. So yeah, Siren from Berkshire. Neighbours with Elusive. So if you like Oregon Trail, they're kind of their neighbours. Used to be a massive fan of Siren. Back when all they did was bottle their beers. I thought they were terrific. They were probably one of my first kind of really sort of favourite British craft brewers, and I just kind of feel personally that over the years they've lost their way a little bit. But that's just my opinion. But every now and then they still do a cracking beer, so I'm hoping this is going to be similar. Glowing Embers, red IPA. It says it's a beautiful red IPA built with a host of rich specialty malts. We've used Simcoe, Amarillo and Centennial hops for some balancing bitterness, resinous pine, juicy berry and zesty orange notes. Sounds good. Does sound good. 4.7%. It's got water, malted barley, gluten, rye. I don't know what gluten is. Gluten, rye, hops and yeast. There you go. So I did a bit of rye to it to try and give it a bit of spice by the sounds of things. So yeah, let's get this beer out of the can into a glass, see if it's any good. Like I say, £3 a can in ASDA. Hoping for good things, but I'm not going to get too excited. Certainly, that's a very dark red IPA. I was expecting that to be a bit lighter. That is a peculiar aroma. And aggressive. It's a lively beer as it is. Ooh, that to me is a very, very dark, hazy looking red IPA. I mean, the light's shining on me, so I can see red, like a reddy hue, a dark reddy hue burning through it. In this light, what you're looking at, that looks like murky water, doesn't it? It doesn't look good at all. Doesn't look good at all. It's got a tanned head on it. I'm going to get me started into that aroma again. There's certainly a subtle fruitiness to it. There's a dark malt. There's like a crystal malt aroma on this. This is almost it's like a touch of hobgoblin about this aroma, which I wasn't expecting. Touch of pine, very slight touch of pine. Bit of sweetness. It's a bit peculiar. It's a bit peculiar. Let's get stuck in, shall we? Cheers. Oh, what have they done there? Oh, it's really weird. It's really, really weird. There is a licorice. There is a spiciness to it. Certainly getting the rye content. There's crystal malt. There's a bit of chocolate. There's licorice. There is spice. There is a very subtle touch of sweet berry. sort of has a slight Ribena vibe on the flavour. It's like blackcurrant, blackberry, sweet dark berry. There's definitely crystal malts in that. I mean, it doesn't say on the can, but there's like a traditional ruby ale aroma about it. I'm not really getting much in the way of hops, if I'm honest. Excuse me. It's really gassy as well. I'm going to give it a wriggle, chuck the rest of that in there. See if that changes anything. This to me tastes like a rye infused ruby ale. I'm not getting anywhere near enough floral hoppy character to make this an IPA. For me, the colour's wrong. The back end of the flavour is wrong. Yeah, this is really odd. This is just like a spicy ruby ale for me. There's no IPA vibes coming off of this. There's no real piney aroma on this. Not enough anyway. That rye, that licorice, spiciness, slight roastiness. It's really pronounced, and it really overtakes anything else there might be on the aroma. That touch of sweetness from dark berries, it's there and it's gone in the blink of an eye. There's no balance to this. It's a real shame. I'm going to stop short of saying it's unpleasant. It's not unpleasant. It's just not very good. It's just not very good. There's a complete lack of balance to this beer, which is making it a bit of a chore. You know, it's not pleasant. It's not a very particularly nice drinking experience. It's a bit of a mess. Yeah. I don't know if this is part of Siren's general range, if this has been brewed just for ASDA, just for the supermarkets. I don't know. It's not an IPA. Let's put it that way. I mean, at 4.7%, it's not a proper IPA anyway. It's far too low in alcohol to be really regarded as an IPA. This to me is a spicy ruby ale. Which is not what I bought. That's not what I picked up. That's not what attracted me to it. Yeah, there's a licorice there. There's a spiciness. There's a roastiness. Slight touch of dark berry. It's well carbonated. It's thin on the mouthfeel. And that finish, that spiciness, that slight bitterness and roastiness, it's just not particularly nice. It's not unpleasant, but it's not particularly nice. Yeah, so that's a mess for me. It's a mess of a beer. It's another cheap supermarket beer that doesn't tick the boxes, unfortunately. And it's another letdown from Siren. But there you go. Glowing Embers, red IPA from Siren. That's a fail for me. That's a fail. But there you go. Can't win them all. £3 in ASDA. I could give that. It's not a red IPA at the end of the day. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10 for what it's worth. Yeah. Let me know what you thought. Have you bought this one? Have you picked it up in ASDA? Have you tried it? Let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed the review. Give it a thumbs up if you have. I do appreciate that one. Till the next one. You take care.